Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Coffee and Cards. I am Jennifer Merle Hampshire, and as always, this episode is brought to you by whispersinink.net. I hope everyone is lovely this morning. Let me get my comments turned on. Morning, Nancy and Paula. I know Paula's going to be quiet again today, so hopefully she's healing quickly, although she sure was texting pretty good yesterday. Anyways, today I have some miscellaneous information and I have some nonsense, and because I always have nonsense. I don't know about you, Nancy, but it's icky here. Sticky icky. I mean, I've had the AC off. I ended up turning it on yesterday. Yuck, yuck. Oh, Nancy, I like that. That's funny. All right. So, first of all, there's the host code. If you need anything immediately sent to you, please use my current host code. And I think it's been changed in all locales. I know Facebook has the right one. I think the business page has the right one. But if you need anything, let me know. If you can wait, save yourself a little bit of shipping. I can add it into my next order, which will probably be going in this weekend, but we'll see. We are continuing on with the Harvest Hellos this week, and I wanted to take this opportunity to talk about how I sponged the pumpkins and the apples. And so that's what we're going to be doing today. But first, I wanted to talk about, I'm looking for hostesses. Let's have a party. Did you know that there are 6 different types of parties that I offer? You've got kit parties and paper pumpkin parties. A new item is making parties. I have a fabulous wood sign that I'm working on, so we can do that kind of a party. Christmas Countdown Project Kit, which is actually in the holiday book. And I'm looking for my holiday book. You would think that it would be right here. And it's not, as everything comes crashing down. Let me see if I can... There it is. Pretty quick finding it, too. There is the Holiday Countdown. It's a box, kind of like an advent calendar. Great way to have a party. Great way to have a nice project to take home. And I'm hearing, because mine's on its way here, I'm hearing that it's actually quite a nice box. So people have done like some other things, kind of sampler-ish looking things with it. Kind of cute. So that's another party. And then just the plain old let's make a couple cards kind of party. 6 different parties. Any questions about this, let me know. And we can get together and find a date on my calendar and yours so we can have a party. Then I'm going to grab a couple of things. Excuse my reach. If you haven't started following my blog yet, please do so at whispersinink.net. You'll get, there's on the bottom, I think it's all the way on the bottom of the first page, there is a link so that the blog post get sent to you directly to your email. And what's nice about this is this was yesterday's post, or what you would have received this morning. this Hey There Pumpkin post. That's one of the pumpkins that I'm going to teach you how to make today. How cute is that? But then this is the one that you really, really missed. Oh, Paula's sending me hearts. Thank you, Paula. This is the one, to me, though, this is the one. This one was Thursday's post, or you would have received it Friday morning. And then, because I had some requests for Jennifer, I'm not going to be able to figure out how to create this box. So I did a quick video yesterday and I added it. Oh, you should have, Nancy. I don't know what happened. So in the video, we made these, the little pumpkin crate. So in addition to this pumpkin here, I did up a couple of different colors. And then we have a couple of different colors. There's actually 3 different colors apples in this one. And there's actually 3 different color pumpkins in this one. And that's what we're going to work on today. I'm going to teach you how to do these pumpkins and these apples. So we're going to put these up here at the top. And I am loving these pumpkins. Yes, Nancy, Paula says check your spam folder, because for some reason I even got one of my posts in my spam folder. So, and I don't know why, because for a long time it was coming up in the regular folder. Morning, Kristen. All right, so let's do apples first. And because of course I don't have that one mounted yet. So we're going to do some apples first. And I got to pull this little leaf here, because I don't know if you could tell, I did show you in the video, but this trinket, actually all the trinkets, have that little leaf behind it. So I'm going to show you how I did all of that. And of course I forgot to pull the trinkets. So we'll have to wheel over and pull that out. All right, the 2 apples that we're going to make, because we're only going to do 2, we're going to make the Real Red and the Calypso Coral. Yes, this apple is the Calypso Coral. And for the apples, I did the Memento ink. But this time I'm going to do the soft suede, because that way then it's not quite as harsh. And we're just going to stamp both of them. Easy peasy. Just like that. Closing inks. Using our punch, and this punch obviously lines up for both the apple and the pumpkin. There's that. And then there's that. All right. The little tidbits of stuff we don't need, we're only going to be focusing on just the pumpkins. Now, you're going to need sponges aplenty, because we're going to use a sponge and we're going to use cherry cobbler. I'm going to put this pumpkin one to the side for a minute. We're going to use cherry cobbler, soft suede, and white to make our apples. And that's what I used on both. And I'm missing Missing a sponge. I was up practicing last night. Maybe I put it away. It's here somewhere. Goodness only knows. All right. Anyways, moving on. We are going to, I started each of the pumpkins and maybe I'll punch out the pumpkins too, so we can work on the sponging all together. All at one time. Is that going to be too confusing for you guys working on them both, or would that be easier, do you think? While you're contemplating, I'm going to take a swig of coffee. Do. Nancy, you're going to be the one that's going to decide, because I don't expect Paula to answer. So I did grab the Mint Macron. I did. The ink. But I lost my sponge for that one. Well, shoot. Works for you? Okay. All right. Then, I'm still trying to find that darn sponge. All right. We're going to stamp the pumpkins. Paula gives a thumbs up. So apparently she's good with it too. All right. Pumpkins stamped. We're going to punch these babies out and see, you'll see the outline shape is the same for each one. Oh, hey, Paula. I got an application in the mail for a craft fair in Porter County. Yeah, Porter County. For the Boys and Girls Club. Super excited about that. All right, I'm still looking. That sponge is bothering me because I know I had one. I know it's not important, but this trip to Crazy Town is short enough. All right, moving on. We're going to start with the soft suede, and I'm going to soft suede all four, I think. We're going to do this way and this way. So you don't need a ton of, and I need to grab my sponging paper. You don't need a ton of ink. And maybe we're going to start with the apples first. Yeah, as you can see, I've been doing a lot of sponging. And that's what your paper should look like. That's what I think anyways. We're going to flip this over. All right, so you guys can see what I'm doing here. All right, soft suede, and then you're going to work off of your edges and your bottom. And each color that I use, I've been actually closing them because at one point I dipped my sponge for the Mint Macron into the white, which isn't good. And don't be afraid to try something different. I almost didn't do the cherry cobbler because I thought, okay, maybe that would be too dark. But watch what the cherry cobbler does. Watch what happens to the Calypso coral. And you literally want to rub. I'm rubbing in the sponge, the ink. I'm rubbing it. And actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you. Look at the difference. That's what it looks like after it's been sponged. And that's just the soft suede. Then, morning Heather, let's add the cherry cobbler layer to this Calypso coral. Watch what happens. And remember, you can always add, you cannot subtract. So start off light, and I'm going to show you again. See what happens, just layers and layers of adding stuff. Now, watch what happens when we add the white to it. To me, that's when the magic happens, is when you add that white. Look at that. And I hope that you guys can see that really well. Now, if you get a little too much white in one spot, that's all right. Bring in your soft suede sponge and sponge it up just a little bit. Here's a quick look. I want to pull in the red paper. There's the real red. Now watch what happens when we add the white to that. Same concept. Just like that. That shading becomes almost kind of magical. Just like that. And there's our apples. Wow. Yeah, thank you. I agree. But you guys, you see, it doesn't take a ton. Okay? Just a little bit. All right, so let's move on to the pumpkin version. Same concept. And yeah, I'm still looking for that stupid sponge. I have no freaking clue where it went. Problem is I gotta find another one. No, that one's got red. Oh, here's a naked one. We'll use that. Look at that. Sponge that hasn't been used. Ooh, that's kind of scary around here. All right, working same concept, but this time we're going to use the soft suede, the mint macron, and the Cajun craze for our layers. And yes, I am going to use that mint macron even on the pumpkin pie pumpkin. Kind of crazy, but watch. Oh, and the white, of course. So same concept, but this time I want to go in two spots. I'm going to add a layer in there, and then I want to take an edge. So middle and edge, and then do the same thing. You got to just rub it in, rub it around, and a little bit of that streaking, you guys, actually helps to add to, I know my table's squeaking. Wow. Apparently I'm pushing too hard. So there is the soft suede layer for that. Same thing with the mint macron. Heather, I don't know if you get my blog or not, but This card, along with its pumpkin counterpart, which has been moved off the screen here, was on my blog. All right, so there is the soft suede additions to our pumpkins. Now we're going to pull the Cajun Craze. And we use the other side of our cherry cobbler sponge. And this one, I didn't do a lot of Cajun Craze on the Mint Macron. Just a little bit. And you can actually, I'm going to put this on you can actually see it in there, just a little bit of speckles. I'm hoping you guys can see that. And we're going to do the same thing, a little bit more of the Cajun Craze on the pumpkin pie version. And I'm dabbing it off here so I don't get the unwanted lines. Because on the pumpkins, I don't think that the speckling is as nice. And then for this one, we're going to close the Cajun Craze so that I don't accidentally dip in it. And we're going to take to this layer here and to this layer, we're going to add there we go. And then along the bottom. Just like that. What do you think? I'm seeing hearts from Paula and thumbs up. There's Heather, thank you. I appreciate the love. There's actually a tutorial video on how to create the fold as well. All right, now here comes our white. And same thing. Remember, if you add a little too much, that's all right. Because you can always go back with the soft suede and add that in. So here is both the pumpkins and both of the apples. All sponged up. What do you think? Pretty good? I want to make sure it focuses. I'll leave them down just on the plane. I'll pull that up. Hopefully, there, it did focus. Woohoo! Yay! So there's our apples and our pumpkins. Now, thank you, Nancy. I think they turned out pretty cool. And the only thing, and I know that I don't add, there's a lot of people that add little tabby parts so that you can hold your sponge. But as you can see, I use all the sections of my sponge. So my hands get a little bit inky, but that's kind of like a job hazard, I thought. All right, now I'm going to show you how I did the trinkets for the apples, and then what I used. Here's the pumpkin card, Heather, and what I used for the trinkets for the pumpkin card. We don't need any more of that. The sponges for now. Excuse me. I am, however, we're going to stamp a couple things. We're going to stamp a couple of these. And then we're going to stamp this is Granny Apple Green, for those that are curious. We're going to stamp a couple of these. Now, this leaf is actually can be punched. The other one is a fussy cut, which I know is your favorite. Haha. All right. Punch, I just had it. And we're gonna punch these out. And those are for the apples. But these... So what are you guys thinking so far? You think that this is something that now that you've seen how to do it, that you will actually try it? And not just ooh and ah? Because it's not that complicated. Looks complicated. Looks fancy. And I really wish that there was a punch for this leaf, because I love this leaf. I'm going to keep cutting, and I'm watching for any questions or comments. Nothing. Crickets. Crickets, crickets, crickets. I'm super excited. Today is Fall Sampler Day. I get to do, got the ladies coming at noon. House is all clean already. Paula, I'm on top of it. Totally on top of it. House is all clean. Table's already set. I just have to clean up my mess and take a shower. Need to take a shower. I was going to try to take one before the video. Ran out of time. I have no idea. Oh, here's something that's interesting, you guys. When you're sponging, you don't really realize how much you're sponging. That's unsponged and that's sponged. Just kind of giving you, I mean, unless you really look at it. Okay, so we've got these for our pumpkins and this. All right. Gotta grab trinkets. I think we're only going to do one. But I love trying to find different things to use my trinkets for. Morning, Connie. And love to find different things to use my trinkets for. So here is the Rooted in Nature trinkets. Actually, that's when they came in, was for the Rooted in Nature. And I love adding these to the apples because those are perfect apple leaves right there. That is the perfect. And that's there was 2 colors in here. I want to say, right? Copper and silver, I think, were the colors. But I'm going to show you how, super easy, how I did that leaf. And you guys are going to freak once you see it, because it is really that easy. Taking my Tombow glue, and I am running a bead, maybe, just like that. And I'm going to let the camera focus so that you guys can see. I think you guys can see it. Here. Just a bead, just like that. And I'm taking the leaf so that you can see it through and putting it right on top. That's it. Done and done. Super, super, super simple. And I love it. Love it, love it. All right. Then we need some stems. Actually, we need 4 stems. 1, 2, and yes, you could stamp them. 3, 4. Hey, Mary Jo. Thank you. I'm showing how to do the sponging today, Mary Jo. Super cute. Okay. Now, here's the one thing that silly me did not realize until it was too late. And actually, after I've been doing, and excuse my reach, I've been working on this set since what, Tuesday? Yeah, the pumpkin stem goes on the outside. I've been putting it on the underside. Oy, oy, oy. There's our pumpkin stem. And then, okay. And here is our other pumpkin stem. I don't know why I didn't think about that when I first started doing these. I was just so excited to have some ideas with these. And then the apple stem goes on the back side. And I'm sorry, I know you can't see it. So there's that. And then all I did for the leaf is just pop a glue dot on the lower part. Just like that. And there's our pumpkin, or our apple, duh. And then we could, I know there's lots of and thens today. Sorry, guys. Need a shrug button? Oh, Paula, you're so funny. You are funny, Paula. This one we're going to put, and actually, apparently I didn't put it in the right spot. There we go. We're going to put that one on the outside. And then for the pumpkins, I kind of just did a little bit of scrunching it up. Did that. And then one of the other things that I did, which I don't have, I don't think. Hang on. Oh, yes, I do. Here's some. This is burlap ribbon taken apart. We only need a little piece of it. And here's another reason why you need your take your pick tool. You know those little tendrils? Those little tendrils, I made them out of that burlap ribbon. I wrapped it around the end of my take your pick tool, and I pinched the circle in my between my fingers for a couple of minutes. Not even a couple minutes. So should we do, let's see. I think we're going to do pumpkins on the white paper. And I think we're going to do the apples on our little. How are we feeling about that? Are we good with that? And I'm still pinching. And see, part of it is, I think, the pressure from being pinched between your fingers. And I think the other part is because it gets a little warm between your fingers. And do I know the amount of time? No, just whatever works. Because I'm going to show you, I pulled for the pumpkin card, this one, I pulled the bird ballard trinkets in. Don't want to lose that leaf. I need that leaf. And you'll see here, while I'm still pinching this little, that's the burlap right there with the flower from it. All right, Nancy says definitely that this looks good to her. I think that this needs a layer piece. What color should we use for a layer piece here, you guys? I have designer series paper. We could pull in a plaid, which might be a little too much, but we could do a layer of something. Something. While we're doing that, I think I'm going to work on this. And here's, well, I might not have held it long enough, but see how there's our tendril right there. Now to attach it, I'm hoping you guys could see that. Yep, good. Yeah, springy. This time, to attach it, I'm just doing 2 little beads of multi-glue and, well, maybe I'm only going to do to one side. I was going to do to both. Not long enough for both. And then just hold that in there. Just like that. So that it stays in there. So when I flip it over, I will, it'll hang on to it like that. Paula, your emojis are cracking me up. All right, let's see. You guys aren't helping, so apparently I need to go do some scavenging for something. Oh, I know what we'll do for the backside of the pumpkins. Let me see if I have some. Yes, I do. How about that for the pumpkins, for the backside? I think I'm kind of digging that. What do you guys think? Hearts will do for Paula. This is part of the Petal Promenade. Are we good with that? Okay, hearts it is. I'll need to cut it. I think we'll do it. There's that. So on this little one here, I think actually, you guys, I think we're going to add it to the back of the apple too. I think that's super cute. All right. We're going to put in some just a little bit of pattern. Love it. Let's get this folded. Oh. There's that. And then I think we're just going to attach these just like that. Now, because that has the trinket on it and it has a little extra weight, I'm going to put multi-glue on that one as well. And you can see the backside where that leaf part of the punch comes through. And we'll hold that there for a sec. And then we'll add a little bit of dimensional to just the top part of the Red Delicious apple. I think it's time for some new multi-glue. And we'll add that just like that. So for this one, and when I'm using the heavy thick Whisper White cardstock, and I know I just had my bone folder. Oh, there it is. And then we're going to add our layer in here. Like that. And we'll do the same thing. This here. We're going to do the same concept as that second apple. We're going to do that for the pumpkin as well. And I'm not worried about the trinket this time because the trinket's going to have its own. There's several different trinkets in here, and I really liked the leaf with that, but I thought even that the flower looked so cute with this because of the fact that this time of year there's pumpkin flowers. So we're going to double up a mini dimensional so that it kind of pops off the page. And I did put them one on top of the other. And yes, I am kind of anal. I do line them up, which is not necessary. And that way then that attaches to the bottom of the tendril, because that would be where that leaf would be off on another part of the tendril. So, and we have our leaf here, which I think I want to add something else to this leaf. And I'm going to pull it off to the side because I want to see what it looks like. Yeah, that's what it needed. So I took my Granny Apple Green and I added that to that one because it's going with the Mint Macron. It needs to be a different color, in my opinion, which, you know, we all have opinions. But you don't have to. It's up to you entirely. And then we're going to glue dot that, or you could put a little bit of the multi-glue on there and then just stick that on. And that's pretty much it, guys. I'm going to do little, I think I'm going to make these thank yous. And I'll pull from the itty bitty greetings, if I can find them. No, that's not the itty bitty greetings. Here. And we'll do, here we go. A little hello. I know I had, yes. We'll remove some of this stuff. And we'll do soft suede for both, just so that oh, that's not good. Wow. Apparently my sticky part got dirty. It doesn't want to stay together. And we can just put that on there like that. So that's today's coffee and cards. If you're looking to have a party, see if this is something that you want to do. If you're new at joining my page, don't forget to check out the Whispers in Ink and sign up for blog posts. And I hope you guys have a great day getting crafty. As always, thank you for joining me. I so appreciate it. Have a great Saturday. And for those that are coming to the Fall Sampler, I'll see you later. Bye.